Hi there, and welcome to a Thursday edition of Brian's Mind. I'm your host, Brian, if you don't mind. Okay. Anyways, this week I've been talking to different subjects. I forgot to mention last night, and I'd like to mention it today, that the 23rd is take your shirt off, jacket off, and bra off and go to work day for all you ladies out there. Please, guys, encourage everybody. Email the pictures to happydude53406@gmail.com. I appreciate all pictures. If I don't get any new pictures in my email that day, I will be bummed. Okay, today I decided to take on religion. Not just any religion, but a religion that I feel is true to my heart, and that is Scientology. Now, a lot of you people equate Scientology with Tom Cruise and the Wackos and John Travolta and the Wackos and Jenna Elfman and the Wackos and the chick from that TV show, whatever, I can't think of her name right now, and the Wackos. Okay, so you're thinking to yourself, well, it sounds like it's all TV and movie people. No, ordinary people like us, me and whoever out there happens to be a Scientologist, we agree on one thing, that it takes a religious experience to make your life happier. I chose Scientology based strictly on one book, and it's L. Ron Hubbard's book of Scientology, but I bought the French version. Now, why would you say I buy the French version? Because I don't read English well. I only read French. I have no idea why. It's just some kind of form of like dyslexia I was born with. I speak English fluently, cannot speak French very good, cannot read English, but I read French. So that's why I was happy when they had L. Ron Hubbard's Scientology and the Fundamentals of in French. And I actually purchased this book. See, it's not a library book. It's actually mine. If I would rip a page out of it, but that'd be like ripping a page out of the Bible. So I cannot really fully explain to you in French how this book affects my life. I can explain to you in English. So my English interpretation of this book, remember from French to English because I can't read English, is that there's a higher power out there for all of us. This one's name happens to be Gorlok, and Gorlok is the captain of the ship that we are all waiting for as he passes through the universe. If we give enough money, we get to go higher on the totem pole. We do more community service, higher on the totem pole, till finally one day we have powers to melt you if you look at us funny. Why do you think John Travolta and Tom Cruise still have a career? Just something to think about, because you don't want to get melted. So anyways, when you achieve this great ladder, when it's your time to go, the spaceship will come down and pick you up. Now I know you're thinking that L. Ron Hubbard is the father of the quote, if you want to make millions, find a religion, or fund a religion, or whatever. So he started a religion, he's a millionaire. This copy alone has sold over 120 million in 50 languages. That's a lot of books. Now, I actually read Portuguese better than French, but they didn't have Portuguese. So, luckily, they're very similar, and I got by. Like I said, I can read French just fine. It's just English messes me up. And he's got a lot of good passages in this book, and I was going to read one quick passage that basically explains how you can use your mental power and your cooperation to bring people together. I don't want to sound preachy, but it's a passage I think that everybody should live by. L'homme individuel porte à très divers en trois parties. Now, translated to English, that basically means that all parties are considered to be responsible for their own territories and such. And in this case, I'm assuming that L. Ron Hubbard means territories being your soul and your faith and your ability to believe on a whim. Now, I know as a devout Scientologist that I have to buy 75 copies a month of this book just to keep it on the bestseller charts. Now, I don't mind. This book was only $9.95, so I figure for $7,500 a month to stay good on the charts, it's more than worth it. I am hoping somebody out there can tell me where I can get a Portuguese copy of this so I can get a better grasp on it, because like I said, I can read French. It's just not the greatest for comprehensive, or me able to comprehend, because of my dyslexia. Now, you're saying that dyslexia actually is when the words are jumbled. Right. Well, my dyslexia is so bad that it jumbles into Portuguese. And sometimes the Portuguese, if you can get a zoom on this, see how Portuguese and French look so much alike? You got it? Okay. So they look very much alike. So in the French version, I might just be, missing a few translations. So if I could really get a Portuguese copy, I could 100% understand it. Like, you don't need to zoom in, but they give you a whole page of basically stuff rules you should live by. And the way I understand these rules to be probably doesn't quite equate to what they actually mean. Because there's one in here about I should leave Nicole Kidman for somebody that looks like a little boy. Now, I don't quite understand how that works for my benefit, because if I had Nicole Kidman, I wouldn't leave her for a Katie Holmes looking boy. Okay, now it also says here that you must do Quentin Tarantino movies whenever he asks. Okay, now I'm not quite sure about that one either, because Quentin Tarantino has never asked me. But I'm thinking, now that I'm a Scientologist, all I have to do is move out to Hollywood, hook up with my boys, and I think I could get a role in film. But anyways, I digress back to my original point that all scientists is basically philosophies based on L. Ron Hubbard's beliefs, and I believe L. Ron Hubbard to be the one and only true God. And so, to all my fellow Scientologists out there, and if you're not a Scientologist, you won't understand. So, until tomorrow, this has been Brian's Mind.